This is a free sample of the book, Man's Guide to Making Male Friends, by Cairo Copeland. The first half of this book is posted right here on YouTube, free for everyone to listen to. If you like this content and want to hear or read the rest, or want to listen to it free of ads, visit reinventideal.com/friends. The book is available on Kindle, paperback, and Audible at reinventideal.com/friends.
Chapter 3. What a male friend can do for you that a woman cannot, not even your girlfriend. You cannot ever be vulnerable with your woman, ever. This goes especially for the guys that are in the most pain and have the greatest need to get it off their chests. These guys often lack the opportunities to do just that. Neither were they ever taught the skills of expressing these intense emotions and negative feelings in a constructive way. Males often feel safer expressing vulnerable thoughts and feelings with their woman. It seems perfectly reasonable to expect a woman who loves you to offer a sympathetic ear and provide emotional support that seems natural for women to give. Our mothers often did that for us when we were young. We're not looking to our lovers to mother us. We only believe that it is female nature and a beautiful ability of theirs to give that nurturing, emotional support, because we experienced that from the first woman to have influence in our lives. But the sad, unpleasant truth is that the woman you're romantic with is fundamentally incapable of providing you with any emotional support you seek in being vulnerable with her. If you were to go to her with worry, fear, or grief, it will only set off a reaction within her that you are not the strong man she hoped you were. In being vulnerable with her, your competency will be called into question. This is no reason to get angry at women, however. It's not that they are cold, heartless creatures. Instead, what's at play is just the fact that women do not live in the same world as men. Therefore, they could not even begin to understand the problems that plague men. Women rarely need to worry about work and money-related stress. The work that men do is often far more stressful, and they willfully take it on because they care only about the money, but the stress catches up with them. Money problems are also taken far more seriously by men because, unlike women, we can't call up a sugar daddy or sell pictures of ourselves online to make a quick buck. They do not understand life as a male. They do not understand your problems. In my early 20s, I had a problem with talking to girls. I was afraid to talk to them. So, being a deductive problem solver, figured, hey, it takes one to know one. I solicited help from a female friend, which is always a bad idea. Don't ever do that. And I opened up to her about my pain. Her solution was to show me how she flirted with guys because that would teach me how to flirt. What she did not understand was that just her being a woman would allow her to get away with anything. She could go up to any guy in the bar and say, hey stud, I'd love to jump your bones in my car right now, and he'd respond positively to that. But if I attempted the same thing going up to any woman and said, hey hot stuff, I'd love to take you back to my car, I'd get slapped hard and have a drink thrown in my face. We cannot go to them for advice or empathy about our problems because they lack the life experience to understand them. Our problems that are unique to us as males are non-existent in their lives as females. This is a trap that's easy to fall for. You were able to be vulnerable with your mother, and she welcomed it with unconditional love and support, thereby conditioning you to believe women were safe to discuss problems and pain with. But a woman you're romantic with will lose respect for you when you solicit sympathy from her. Women have sympathy for other women, children, and pets. They have none for men. Even if she tells you that she wants you to open up and become more vulnerable with her, do not do it. It is a shit test in disguise. Many women have even said so publicly. Suppose for a second that it was even true, that a woman wanted you to open up to her and would still respect you after you did, with empathy and love. What benefit do they provide to you by doing that? They can't help you with the problem you're opening up about. When you tell them your problems, the most they ever do is say, oh, it'll be okay, babe. I've coached a guy that was a soldier in the Afghan war. He opened up to his girlfriend about the guilt he felt for surviving his tour intact while his friends returned without limbs. It was a very heartfelt and painful thing for him to talk about. All his girlfriend could say in response to this intimate revelation was, "It'll be okay, babe," and that did nothing for him. Talk to another man about your problems and you will hear a solution. It's in our nature to be deductive problem solvers, to be fixers, and to be useful. That's why this soldier came to me for coaching to begin with, because he knew I'd tell him what he needed to do to free himself from the guilt. You can't talk to women about money, muscles, or anything else you need to do as a man. That's part of why it's so rare for men and women to be purely platonic friends. Nonetheless, we males feel very unsafe opening up about our problems with other males. We feel as though there's this unspoken male code to never be vulnerable with each other, even when it's to trade advice or blow off steam on a subject that has no other outlet. We feel as though we must continue to wear a mask of restraint, confidence, and independence. Where this comes from is the same social imperative that pits us against one another. The belief that every other man in this world is your competitor. You never would want your competitors to know that you're weak, would you? So you stay buttoned up about that weakness rather than solicit help from the only type of person that can understand precisely what you're going through. This exists even in the social media age of oversharing, because guys that have made their vulnerabilities public on those platforms have been shamed for it. Women in society say they want men to be more vulnerable, but they never say how much, how often, and with whom they can be. The world is no longer sure about who men are or should be. The cries for more public male vulnerability is just another imperative from the blue pill conditioning. The same conditioning pushes the belief that you are not supposed to receive comfort or solace at all, let alone from another male. When it does occur, an alarm bell goes off. This is not normal. This is weird. Instead, the social script states that boys don't cry, and expressing emotion is weak. Do so, and you will be called a bitch boy or butthurt. However, take notice at who is hurling these insults. Most often you will see such insults hurled by women toward men. Rarely will you see men hurl such insults at each other, especially when men express emotional pain in front of each other. A man who makes such an expression often has reached a legitimate breaking point, and we can all recognize that. Therefore, male friends are precisely who you need in your life to take your problems to. They will be the only ones to see your vulnerable side. They are to be the ones that you seek sympathy from, as well as solutions to your life problems. They may have even lived through those same problems themselves. Reject the blue pill again, because in this matter, it has fed you the lie that a romantic partner should fulfill all your social and emotional needs. This lie will not only harm you by having you choose to seek sympathy from your woman before your male friends, it would also have you ditch your male friends for your woman. It commands that you idolize the romantic ideal at the expense of your male friendships. Do not ditch your friend for a woman. Do not accept the lie that family and friendship won't work together. Your guy friends will do so much for you in terms of making you the best possible version of yourself, and by effect, setting you up to attract the best possible woman you could have, even if it's not the one you currently have right now. Your guy friends can also save you from making one of the greatest mistakes of your life, settling for the wrong woman. We say a dog is a man's best friend. If your dog really doesn't like someone, if it barks and growls at someone excessively, there's often a good reason for it. Dogs are rarely wrong when they express these judgments. Similarly, your male friends are rarely wrong when they try to warn you about a woman that is very wrong for you. Many guys would refuse to ditch a girlfriend if their male friends encouraged him to, but they'd gladly ditch male friends if their woman told them to. They do this because they falsely believe a girlfriend is more difficult to acquire than male friends. If we look at the loneliness among men and the levels of isolation they have from each other, you'll find the exact opposite to be true. A true male friend is more beneficial to your happiness than even the most submissive and sexual wife. Stronger friendships make for a stronger marriage and stronger family. Establish a connection between your best friend and your woman. Make them meet each other. Keep an open house. It's important that your male friends see what your life with your woman is like. They will be able to point out to you when you're overlooking something important, or when you could do something that could score you major brownie points. They are often things that we fail to notice in our day-to-day lives with our women. Maybe she did something different with her hair and is hoping we'll say something. Being male, we pay little attention to these things. She doesn't understand that, and every second of our silence that goes by suffocates her. But a friend is likely to notice something different about her because he doesn't see her that often. When he points that out to you so you can say something to her, he saves your relationship for that day. These guys will point out the potential problems you have sneaking around in your household, like weeds growing in your field. Another example is when you're calling your teenager a nickname that she used to like as a kid, but hates now because it's humiliating. However, she is afraid to tell you. Your guy friends will point that out because only they can help you see what you are unable to see. You want to get in each other's homes. Get to see what their home situation in life is like. What are their families like? How's their relationship with their wives? Also, so you can say to your wife, if something goes wrong with me or I'm out of town, these are the guys to call. Lastly, bring the sons in. Set a standard for them for what male friendship should be like.
Thank you for listening to this free sample of the book, Man's Guide to Making Male Friends, by Cairo Copeland. If you enjoyed it and want to hear or read the rest, or want to listen to it free of ads, visit reinventideal.com/friends. The book is available on Kindle, paperback, and Audible at reinventideal.com/friends.